Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're bringing you a powerful and honest conversation on issues shaping our educational space, right? As usual. So, this is a platform where you get everything educational, honest feedback, and honest suggestions and contributions. Now, with me, as usual, is Miss Blessing Izuchuku, the main brain behind this great team. And I am Chinaza Popola, your host or your anchor. The three of us, I'm sure most of you know that we are three. Mr. Quadri, who is unavoidably absent, although he'll be joining us intermittently. But for now, we are just two, Mrs. Izuchuku and myself. Okay, now we'll be discussing something very important. Just like I said before, it's a very honest conversation and again, powerful conversation. Now, what are we discussing today? We've done the part one, toxicity in the school environment. Then we focused more about the teachers and the school management, right, within the school
Yeah.
environment. Now, this toxicity in the school environment will be focusing on, that's the part B, we'll be focusing on parents, teachers, parents, learners, or the students, right? Now, who is
Yeah.
responsible and how can we make things better? So, that is our topic, toxicity in the school environment, parents, learners versus the teachers. And I asked a question. I said, who is responsible? And how can we make things better? Like I said earlier, this is a conversation many people avoid. Toxicity in an environment, it is inevitable, but it can be prevented, right? It is preventable. Now,
Yeah.
most people they avoid this conversation. They feel that that is life. Life is all about hustling. Life is survival of the fittest. But no, there are some environments that make people feel less that make them feel timid. They make them feel scared. You make them feel a kind of whenever they wake up, I'm going to that environment again. Now we're
Mm.
bringing this down to the school environment, and the way we picture or we should picture a school environment is a place of learning, right? And a place where we
Yeah.
should have mutual cooperation, and an open communication between the parents, teachers, the learners, and by far the management, right? Please stay with us as we
Yeah.
unpack the truth, challenge perspectives, and most importantly, share practical solutions that can transform our school. Now, let's go into it, Mrs. Izuchuku. Yes, this is a thought provoking conversation. I, for one, have experienced it, if not experiencing, and by the grace of God, I've been able to overcome it. But some people don't even know how to, go about this. And this is in the school environment. The parents, their students, or their children versus the teacher, right? When we hear the phrase
Yeah.
toxicity,
Yes.
a toxic school environment, what comes to our mind first? I want you to explain to us what comes to our mind and tell us if you've ever experienced or witnessed any toxicity in a school setting and what did it look like. Please tell us, explain to us what a toxic school
Okay.
environment is like. Over to you, ma'am.
Well, thank you so much. Once you hear the term toxic school environment, what comes to one's mind is an environment that is not safe for learning, an environment where students do not feel welcome, they don't feel appreciated, an environment where the teachers do not feel appreciated, an environment where the school leaders feel like they are just doing everything and there's no reward for their labor, and an environment where students feel stressed out, they feel pressured, and they feel like nothing good, nothing they do is good. So I once
Mm,
had a student that was teaching, a private student. She told me that her school is toxic.
mm,
And when she said that, I know the kind of school she was going to, a very,
mm,
very good school. So I was really surprised for her to say that. And it's not as if the school is bad itself. It could probably be maybe something happened in school between her and her colleague, or maybe a teacher said something to her. So in quote, it might not be the school in general, but sometimes when relationship gets strained, relationship between teachers and students, the students will feel that this place is not safe for me. I am not making headway. This teacher does not like me. And once a child start having that mindset that that teacher does not like me, coming to
Hmm.
school will be like an equaling tax for that
Yes.
student. Or
Hmm.
even if, and to not make the matter worse, if that teacher is teaching that student, with any learning takes place, no
It cannot
learning
be
will
fair.
take place.
Yes.
Yeah, the child will not learn. There will be no learning taking place because he's not free with the teacher. And the
Yes.
teacher itself or herself may be oblivious of this situation, but it is eating deep into the mind of the students. So in this situation, we say that the school has become toxic to the learner, unintentionally or intentionally by a teacher.
Hmm. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for that. Do you still
Yeah,
want to
thank
add
you.
something? Or you're okay for now?
Yeah. No, I want to just elaborate on some things.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
Can
ma'am.
I go on?
Yes,
Okay.
please. Yes.
So in the school environment, everybody has a role to play. Though the parents are not, they only come and drop the learners in school, they also have their own role to play. The students, the learners, because they are called learners in this 21st century
Yes,
teaching
ma'am.
and learning. The learners also have their own role to play. And the teachers have, they have what we call this autonomy in their classroom. So the
Mm-hmm.
teacher is in the teacher's hand. The way the atmosphere of your classroom is set by the teacher. Let's just
Yes.
look away from the student first. The atmosphere in the classroom is set by the teacher. So when you come to class with a smile, even if
Yeah.
whatever that happened at home, you just drop everything at the gate, because these are destinies, these are minds, these are souls that you want to come and speak to. So you need to come with a positive mindset. So that will be
Yes.
all for now. So as
Yeah.
the conversation proceeds, I will add more. Thank you, Mr. Thank you,
Thank you
Mrs. Chinaza.
so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. To recap all that she has said, because there's no need going over it again, but to pick out some things, I just highlighted some points. And she made mention of something. And from my own what I could deduce from all that she has said is that toxicity in the school isn't just shouting or punishment, right? Not when a teacher shouts on a student, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or a parent talk harshly to a teacher. So it shows up as maybe disrespect, right, from students or the teachers. And you said something about setting the pace of the classroom. That autonomy.
Mm,
A class teacher is the manager. You are to set the tone of your class. If you're the type
yeah,
that you act as a bully, the children see you. I used to say this when parents use you as a teacher to threaten a student, please watch it. Most people they'll say, I want to be that kind of a teacher. You don't know what that gives to you. You are if they hear my name, tell them, just use me to threaten them. Do you know what you're building? Most people they say they
fear,
like it. Yes, you're building fear
fear,
if you don't know.
fear.
Let me just tell you
And
now.
fear is not respect.
Yes. If
Fear
nobody
is
has
not
ever
respect.
told you this, you are that teacher that they use you to threaten a child at home. A parent use you, or even the classmates. They say this person is coming. I'll go and tell your you. I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to say that you're not doing the right thing. You've set a tone of fear already in children. Children should be calm with you. You should be that kind of a teacher that children will miss over the weekend and they want to call you. Mom, can you call my teacher for me? Mom, can you call this? You should be that teacher that, oh, let me call your teacher so that you do this. They are not scared, but
Yeah,
or because of
The
so because I
respect is there.
that they love you, that is why they want to do that, not because they are scared of you and they want to do that. Please, let's get that right. They
Yeah.
may actually use your name and get the child to do something, but what kind of emotional process have you put in that child? Is it fear or love? If a child loves you, the child can do something correctly. And if a child
Mm-hmm.
fears you, the child can still do something correctly. But it
Yeah.
depends on the emotional state of which that child is being getting that thing done. Let's get that. They're two different things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like I said, toxicity in the school environment is not just about shouting or punishment, right? It shows up as disrespect, maybe from the teachers, from the students, or the teachers, poor communication between parents and schools. Before I go
Yeah.
there, I want to tell you a scenario. As usual, I always tell you a
Okay.
life scenario. This is not Google or online this thing. Now, a child stood up to the teacher and said, "You don't have any right to talk to me." Although the teacher did something by laying a hand, a hand on the girl, and the girl was like, "You don't have any right to touch me. Are you my father?" Now,
Wow.
imagine a teacher, a student standing up to a teacher. To me, you've killed the esteem of that teacher in front of the children. No matter how that teacher tried to, oh, this, that, try to report, they even try to punish that child. You, as a teacher, I keep telling my colleagues, I said, do not try to have any struggle tussle with any student. It is a stigma for life. You wouldn't want that. Don't
Mm-hmm.
have any power tussle with any student. You will not feel comfortable henceforth in that class. And that is the toxicity. If you don't know, that child will feel that this teacher cannot even stand up to me, especially where we're in a school where you cannot even do more to that child. You can't even beat that child. The beating can even it cannot go anywhere. You are just there, you and the child has talked you down, you feel less of
Yeah.
yourself. The environment is already toxic for you. And with that, other children are seeing it. I can also talk like this. You become
Yeah.
scared. So it can be disrespect, poor communication between the parents and the school, no proper communication, emotional neglect or bias. When there's a blame, constant blame instead of solution, we keep blaming. We keep
Yeah.
blaming. Is this person? You did not tell me on time that I should bring this. You keep blaming, no solution. Nobody is trying to say, okay, this has happened. What's the way forward? Blame, putting blame on others and all that. Now, lack of accountability on all sides. So this can make a school environment toxic for anybody, for the parents. I mean, recently there's a particular school, you're starting exam 3 p.m. when children are supposed to be at home. During exam period, they
So,
close 1 or 2.
yeah.
And you are starting exam 3 p.m. And you're still telling them
That's
after this,
wrong.
they are going to have. Yes. You as a school, they were not accountable. They were not showing that sense of accountability. Okay, we are wrong or something. They kept on imposing it on parents like, hey, the thing is that it is not our fault. It is not your fault, but what you are doing is wrong. Disrespect, no communication, no proper communication. The parents are already feeling tired of the school. They can't wait for this time to round up so that they will take their children out. Now, all this being done, we already know that toxicity is beyond shouting, it's beyond punishing a child, right? Now, let's go to another segment. Let's bring it down row by row. Remember, we're talking about parents, learners, and
And
teachers. Let's start
teachers.
from the teachers. Ma, this is good. Let's be honest about this. We know that we teachers are not perfect, right? Let's be honest. Now, I want to
Yeah.
ask, before I ask, I want to say this. Toxicity can come from any angle. As teachers, we have role to play. We know when things actually go wrong, right? To be honest, right?
Yeah.
We know that sometimes we can be harsh, like, these children can frustrate. That's the word. These children can frustrate somebody to the extent you may lose your cool. It's fine. It's fine, right? And perchance or unintentionally, you made mention of something. You said intentionally or unintentionally. So let me use that
Yeah.
word now. Intentionally, because I said, let's be honest here. Intentionally, you humiliated a child. You're being harsh to a child. You humiliated a child, maybe with a particular discipline that made that child feel shy, and that thing has reduced that child's low self-esteem. Or maybe you're that person that you have this favoritism with. You know that favoritism is another thing that people don't understand. You favor a particular set of children because you feel that they are the ones giving you that answer back to back. They are the ones, they are making you feel like you are doing the right thing, and you neglect maybe children that have learning disabilities that maybe you don't know, or you've not really trained yourself to understand that children have learning
Mm-hmm.
disabilities. Out of 10, these two, they are my special. Ojo, I know you're going to give me the right answer. You ask this person, I trust Ojo. Just go. Or that Ojo that knows the answer is raising a hand or his hand. You'll be like, I know you will know the answer. Come. Then I know the people I want to ask. You're already putting a stigma on those children. Are you getting me? So I want to ask now,
Yeah, me too.
is it that we teachers, we actually is it that we are not patient enough, or
Yeah.
that we don't we are not giving the right how will I put it, tools to properly manage these children, and also control some things that can that should not lead to them being in a toxic environment, or in an environment that does not feel welcome. I don't know if you understand this question. You know, sometimes we want to do some things and we feel that the management may maybe talk us down, or the management may also say, don't do this particular thing. Parents will talk, do it this way. And you feel that this is the best route to, approach this particular thing or manage these children. Is it possible that we don't have the patience as teachers to be able to handle these children or manage these children under our care, or the management can also be the source of we not doing much, or performing some duties, to make each learner feel comfortable? 'Cause I'm getting somewhere. That's why I'm asking this question, because there are some teachers, when something happens and you ask them, they'll be like, this is how it has been done in our school, especially when it comes to discipline, right? Especially when it comes to discipline. Okay, she's out. Okay, she's in. Okay, she's in.
Yeah, so sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Now, like, a child,
Thank
like,
you so much,
do you
Mrs.
get the
Chinaza.
question? Okay, okay, okay.
So can you repeat the question before I left the meeting?
Okay, so now I was saying something. So I'll rephrase it, because I was also trying, there's something
Okay.
in my head. I'm trying to put it down. Like, what can make a teacher, become toxic? Is it that we lack patience, or we actually don't have the right support from the management? Or, like, we want to do some things, we feel that this is the best way to manage these children, being the fact that you are always with them in class, the management don't know what is happening, they just say, why did this happen, why didn't you come and meet us? You feel that because you are like the first aid, anything that happens, you have to tackle that thing first before taking it down, or wherever they are you
Mhm.
getting me? So is it
Yeah.
why what makes us as teachers sometimes we overreact? What can make us go out of that, like we reach that 8 point degree of us, that we actually make that environment for children toxic? Like, a frustrated teacher can unintentionally create a toxic classroom, right? So what are those things that can make us reach that limit that can affect our learners? Please, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Chinaza. I'd like to start by saying that most time is lack of knowledge. The Bible said it, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. And I also want to give a personal account, a personal experience that I had when I was in SS in senior secondary school. I can't really remember the exact year, either SS2 or SS3. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. So, personal experience I had, just like I said, sometimes these teachers do this intentionally or unintentionally. But in my own experience, I would not be able to emphatically say that what my English teacher did was intentional or
Okay.
it was unintentional. So this was what happened. So most times during our classes, she has this set of students. that she calls them the brainy. That's the name she used. She calls them the brainy students. And whenever she's asking questions, whenever they raise up their hands, she will make a statement that no, that she's not expecting them to answer. She knows something in that direction. And she knows that they will answer that she will answer. And me then being a kind of person that then I was shy, I don't really talk in class. Even if I know what is being taught, I don't really open my mouth and speak. So then I just felt like, why is this lady doing this? Why is she? Because she was like, she's categorizing her students. These ones are
Mm-hmm.
the brainy ones. So whenever I ask a question, these questions are like the questions are below them. That was my interpretation. My
I've divided the
15-year-old
class
of
already.
yes, there at that
Yes.
time, what I was interpreting that situation. And honestly, it's not a good situation that a teacher should create in a school, in a classroom, that you have students that you feel that these students are very intelligent, these ones are
Yeah.
not very intelligent. So when you ask
Yeah.
a question, you say, no, this question is not for you, it's for these people.
Hmm.
It's not that is not setting a good tone in a
Yeah.
classroom. And sorry to say, it made me do something just to pay her back.
Hmm.
I did something. I did it was not a sin, but she asked me for something and I refused to do it. So what happened was that in our SS3 in our SS3 um mock in English language, I wrote a very fantastic letter because then you have to choose either writing story or essay or you choose letter writing. And I so much because I'm very good at literature. I always read. My sister was in art class, so basically most of our literary book, I've read them. So I did a very good work in my work, and if I'm not wrong, I know that I got one of the best, if not the best, results in the mock. So she now wanted me to come and mark, just to help her in the marking situation. So, but because of what she did, it kind of kept it put a stamp in my heart about her. So if she did it intentionally, I'm not sure. I don't know, or it was unintentionally. But in whatever case, she succeeded in making me have a perverted version, like a negative mindset about her, that she doesn't love all her students. She has some
Hmm.
she has favorites. These ones are the these ones are her favorites. My friends and I, we are not her favorites. And she never knew that I was very intelligent because I don't talk
Hmm.
like
In
it's
class.
rare. I was very shy in secondary school. Very, very shy. So most time my teachers, they only get to know about my intelligence when they mark when they mark my examination. Yeah, that was the I was very, very shy. Just later on, as I had to come out of that shell because it doesn't help anyone if you don't speak up. So that
Yeah.
situation then made me, it gave me a negative mindset about her. I'm just talking about my experience. So I don't know her own mind or what she had in mind in doing that, but I'm talking about how I felt when she was categorizing us as students. These ones are brainy, these ones are not. And funny enough, some of us which she does not really call our favorite, we are actually very, very intelligent, but she never knew it. And that when you now come, no, when you now come to our class, you won't feel free. You will not be able to be free to even speak up because you have this idea that she feels that you are not intelligent. And that's how teachers can make the environment toxic for learners. And back to your question, like you said, and my own reply to that is that it is due to lack of knowledge. As a teacher, you should treat every child, every learner in your school equally. No one should be exempted from your care. No one should be exempted from your what? From your praise. There's this girl in my class, she always make attempts. And I was so
Hmm.
happy. Because I told her, please keep on, keep it up. She
Yes.
attempts, even if she doesn't know it. Ma, I want to attempt. I want to attempt it, sir. And I had to on the walkway, I saw her. I parted. I said, "Top, keep it up." And she was really happy for that word of encouragement. So as a teacher, you have you have you are the one that set the tone in your classroom. And like your question, the answer to your question is right. When teachers are not fully informed, and that is why every school should carry out what we call CPD,
Yes.
continuous professional development for teachers, emotional intelligence,
Yeah.
know how to respond to learners. These children now, some of them from their home, maybe their parents just leave them, they have not learned values and ethics from home. So when they come
Mm.
to school, it's not that they're going to now start dressing them down in front of their classmates.
Yes.
There's a
Yes.
way you can address matter, and there's a way you can stand on what you have said without making the child feel unwanted, feel
Hmm.
unloved. So
And
knowledge
that is
and wisdom is
sometimes. And that is why you
yes,
see sometimes children are even scared of going to school, especially the ones that go to school by themselves. Truancy. This also promotes truancy, right? Right, sister? Mrs. Suzuchuku, are you there?
yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I can hear
I,
you.
I said this thing you said now. You are
Mhm,
answering two questions, which I really love. I said from what you just explained now, if the home is not comfortable for children and the school is not also comfortable for children, meaning that they are going to be in the middle, right? They will leave the home, you will think
mhm.
they are going to the school, and they will not get to the school. Are you seeing that angle?
Yeah.
Yes, it's also part of it. It's also, I'm so sorry to cut you short. The thing just came to my head now because I just remembered a scenario. So I just felt that I should just, chip it in. So sorry, ma. You can continue.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Kukola. Thank you for that input. I appreciate that. So, like I said, lack of knowledge. When a teacher has been trained in emotional intelligence, it's very, very important. You know how to handle students.
Children.
And also, like Ms. Kukola also said, do not engage in a argument with a child. When you stand on something, speak it once or twice, and your facial expression will make
Depression.
that child do what you want him to do. You don't need to start
Yes.
exchanging words with the students. No. Especially when you have other classmates that are there. So when you say, get up, keep that phone, get up, sit properly, stop that. Then you give them that stern look. That stern look will make that child conform and align to the classroom rules. So basically, teachers we have a lot to do, and this teaching profession is a calling, and nobody forced us. Nobody said you must be a teacher. We
That's it.
decided that we want to be a teacher. I decided my final year that I want to go into academics. I read biochemistry. When my final year, I decided I want to go into academics. Nobody forced us to be there. I know some of us are there because we have no alternative. But even if it's that case, nobody forced us. Nobody forced us to or coerce us to come to the teaching profession. So when we are here, it's our duty. We are like the second parent of these
Yes.
learners. We are we're the second parent. While they are in school with us, we are the guardians. We are to mold them into citizens that will be that will make positive impact in the society. So how will a child make positive impact when you have classified that child as a dull child, you
You
classify
want the
that
child to
child
be
as
better.
somebody,
Yes.
yes, somebody that is not intelligent, and you just categorize that child in a category that he cannot get A's, he cannot get B's. So how will that child even want to learn in your class? Because sometimes you may not say it in words, but
Body language.
your body language, whenever that child speaks up in class, or when that child
Yes.
with the child is some children are shy. Like I told you, when I was in school, secondary school, I don't speak. Even if I know the answers, I'll be quiet because I was a very shy girl. So some learners do not speak in class, but they know it. And how do you know? When you're marking their script, so when you're in class, you try to encourage them to speak up. It shows them that you care about them. It shows them that they are not invisible. That even if they are not speaking in class, that you notice them. They are not
So she
invisible.
doesn't
That
call
you
you. That's
notice
what you're
them.
trying to say. Hmm. She
Yeah, you
doesn't
notice
call
them
you
and
to
they will
talk.
feel love. Yeah. Some don't talk in class, but they're very intelligent. So what do? You encourage them, come and solve this question.
Yes.
And when you come to the board,
Yes.
they solve it right. It's just
Uh-huh.
their nature. They don't like talking. So it doesn't mean that
Uh-huh.
because they are not outspoken,
Raising
you
their
just
hand.
put them in one category. That is wrong. We shouldn't
Ah,
do
thank you
that
so
as
much.
teachers. So knowledge and wisdom is very important as a
Very
teacher
important.
in your classroom. When dealing with parents, knowledge, when dealing with your learners, knowledge is very, very important. Wisdom too is
To
also very,
balance
very
things.
important. Yes, to balance things. So thank you. That'll be all for now, Mrs. Chinaza.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's self-explanatory. I mean, there's no need going about it again. Thank you so much. Observe your learners. Know those that are actually, I will not say those that are doing well. Just like she said, there are people in the class that don't talk. They are not the type that always want to say the answer, but they know it's within them. I have learners too like that.
Mhm.
So what I do sometimes, I don't even bother myself asking them. Or if I even want to shut those people up, those people that are doing like they know it, I can just call them, okay, come and say this. And when they say those things, even the ones that, do you know, even those children that are raising their hand and they'll be looking at those people that don't talk as, I know it's more than you. So there are ways to, put everybody at their place. You put them where they're
Yeah.
supposed to do. So to stay rather, position everybody, and everybody will be all right at the end of the day, right? As
Mhm.
a teacher, you should be
Yeah.
able to balance those things. Balance and make them feel, even if I don't raise my hand, Miss Mrs. This or Mr. This will still call me, or he may not call me, but he knows I know it. They should have that mindset. Yes, thank you so much. Now let's talk about parents and learners.
Yeah.
We've really trashed that teachers
And
this thing.
learners.
So now let's talk about parents and learners. Toxicity. It
Yeah.
also grows when parents undermine teachers in front of their children. This thing can never stop. I don't know why. I don't know what the solution is, but we are going to trash it here today too. Parents undermining teachers in front of their children. Children are not
Yeah.
taught respect or responsibility. You don't know your responsibility. You feel that the teacher should do everything for you. I mean, a child in JS2, you forgot your lunch bag. You are not responsible for your lunch bag and your backpack. Your teacher will not be the parents will not put it on the platform. Mrs. So so and so, why did my child not come back? Such a scenario. It shouldn't be. That child has not been taught responsibility that make sure you come back home with your lunch bag. If you don't come back home with your lunch bag, this is what will happen. And you know that I've seen children that will be crying. Even when you are telling them, don't worry, go, I will call mommy. They say, no, I want, they know what they are going to face at home. Are you getting me? They know what they are not children. They don't care and all that. And when the chiefs are done, they will now come back to the teacher. The parents will come
To
to
the
the school,
system.
come back to, and
Especially
the
when
school
especially
back
when
to
you're
the
a form
teacher.
teacher.
That's it.
When you're a form teacher. When you're a class teacher.
That's it. That scenario, because we saw that thing on the platform. Was the last time a parent that came to pick the child at the end of the day, he did not even say, okay, where's your lunch bag? The parent did not ask, the mom did not ask, only for them to get home. We are seeing on the platform that, Miss so 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 and so, you did not give my child the lunch bag, come on. And we are like, has it gotten to this extent? No, now. Parents will always want to shift all discipline to the school. After all, the child stays with you now. I even do after school for the child. They will still do after school for the child. Though. I do after school. I drop my child. I've seen parents that drop their children 6:30 in school because they have to go to the island. They have to go very early. So they will drop that child very early. Some children will even be sleeping. And they will be telling you, I dropped my child very early. In short, this child spends the whole day with you. How come you were not able to see this? How come you are not able to monitor this? How come you are not able to attack this particular situation? They do not want to take any responsibility, especially when it comes to their child's discipline. Everything they shift it to the school. And you see, these learners in turn, these children, they know what they are doing, especially when they know that their parents are bulldozer. My mommy will,
Then,
she will come
every child,
she will
every
no one.
child
My mom, I
know
trust my
what they're
mom. When I
doing.
tell her she will come to the school and fight, learners display entitlement. You will start seeing them, they start displaying entitlement and lack of accountability because they know if my
Yeah.
teacher does not do it, my mom is going to shout at her. She knows. The school, they will tell you that the school know. I have a learner like that. When I came newly in
Mhm.
the system, they were telling me that this particular learner, the school, they even sanctioned the teacher. They did not pay the teacher full salary. It was God that said this teacher should be wise. The teacher now resumed the next term. That's when the owner of the school are like, oh, for you to even come, I didn't know you will come. I thought because of that issue, you're not going to come. Now we pay you your remaining salary. You can imagine. Now what happened? This teacher did not beat this child. This teacher did not discipline this child. The only thing she did as a student affairs coordinator was to tell this child,
Mhm.
why did you carry this hair? This hair is even 3 weeks. Okay, go and lose it. They did not put razor on the hair. Okay, go and lose this hair. It's looking so rough and dirty. They organize some other learners that are girls. Okay, gather her, lose her hair. Please let her look neat. If you are as a parent, you cannot do it. At least you should appreciate that effort. I don't know if that is making sense. But the mother was like, enough is enough. Has it gotten to that extent that they will be talking to the child like this? That as they're talking to the child, they don't know that they're talking to her. They're telling her that she does not know how to take care of her child. She said that child is not going to come to the school again. And the owner of the school said, because of this, you have to go and beg that child. The child did not come, the child did not write exam. He said, you have to go and
The
beg
teacher
that
was sad.
parent. Yes, he said, go and beg that parent. He told the teacher, said, go to the parent's house
Seriously,
and beg that parent. Yes. The woman refused. She said, if we say anything, she still have a little self-respect in her. She did not go. The woman did not. The woman got the information that it was the principal and one other
as
coordinator
well.
that went to beg, say, please, oh, allow this, please, oh, we are sorry for this and all that. Guess what? Do you know that when this child resumed, this child started telling them, nah, they came to beg me. Oh. They came to beg me.
Imagine.
Yes,
That's
that's
what
what
we
the
have
child
for
till
now.
tomorrow. Till
That's
tomorrow, the
what.
child is still saying
And it will
it.
spread
And
that
they cannot do
negative,
anything. So the child is
disrespectful
the age and
spirit
she's a girl.
among his colleagues,
That is
among our
what we are
colleagues.
saying. Do you know as I'm talking to you, that
Hmm.
lady, I don't know if she does not have any other place to go to. But if I'm the one, I don't know. But let me not talk since I'm on here. That lady, till today, if you see her self-esteem, she doesn't talk again.
Sir,
She does not know what she will say that will affect her. She's just on her own. A little thing she said, Shebi, this is what I did. They said I did this. They did not pay me. So I cannot talk again. You can see that the teacher is also affected. A child has been entitled. If they do, they don't. If they talk to me like that, has been saying that I will not come to this school again. I will not
Yeah.
come. To this school. They will come and beg me. Maybe they came to beg me the other time. That's what the girl was saying. He said they came to beg me. I didn't want to come to the school again. You can imagine.
And how will the teacher even raise up her head?
That
The
is
environment
it.
has been made toxic for her. Very
That is what we are
toxic.
saying.
And if she
That's what
has
we are
an
saying.
alternative, she will leave that school.
That's
She has
it.
another alternative, she will leave.
That's
So
it.
sometimes you tell students that you want to report them to their parents. They say, go and
Mm.
report now.
It's in
Go and
those
report
days.
now.
Those days, I say I did it one time. I was like during exam, the child was doing something. I said, I need to get your parents' phone number. I was joking. Do you know what the girl said? Say, Ma, can I give you the number? Ma, can I give you my parent number? And my man was like, what is going on? In those days, she was like, Ma, can I give you? And mind is that when you talk to my mom will tell you that you should allow me to continue my paper. I was like, what's going on? This is what we're talking
It
about.
is well.
That lack of
It
accountability,
is
and
well.
when these learners they display on a kind of entitlement that is not pleasing and all that, communication become aggressive instead of
Yes.
collaboration. There's
Yeah.
an aggressive environment instead of the teachers collaborating with students. There's that kind of not welcoming atmosphere. I just dropped my child. I don't want to greet my teacher, my class teacher, my daughter's teacher. Are you getting me? Let me just drop.
Yeah.
Don't have any business. How can a parent not have a cordial relationship with a class teacher? Parents, please take note. It's very, very important because your child is at the receiving end. Let me tell you, that teacher may not be able to do anything harsh to that child, but let me tell you, academically, you will not get the truth from that teacher. See, I don't want to say the soul is desperately wicked or something, but a teacher that you've talked down will somehow look less on your child. Anything concerning it's not that the teacher will look away, but the teacher will be drawn back to that child. Let me just tell you,
I will be
the teacher will be
careful.
so careful. The teacher will be so careful. A teacher that's supposed to open her heart out to this child will be like, I don't want your mother's problem. They may not say it out, but they'll say it in their mind. There's no relationship, and the child will feel it. As little as a KG2 child
Mm-hmm.
can feel that thing. So let's more of the children in the higher education. So that is about the parents and the learners. That's the other side of the story. A child who is not corrected at home often challenges school authority. That's just it. That's just it. You don't correct a child, the child will do it outside. And if you're the child, you talk about it. That your teacher, she should not let me deal with her.
In front of the child.
It's part of
It's
it.
wrong.
So a child who is not corrected at home often challenges authority at school. Now, who is really responsible? This toxicity we are talking about in the school environment. Who is really responsible? Now, here's the truth, and it's a tweet too. It's not teachers versus parents now. It is not putting blame. It's you, it's me. You are the one causing it. It's you. You are not making me do my job. That's not it. It's not the teacher, it's not the parent. What is failing here is partnership. Because when we begin to blame, that blame will not cause that toxicity. So responsibility is the only thing here that can
Blame game.
create solution. Yes. How do we fix this, ma? I want you to talk on the aspect of the teachers and the learners. How do we fix this? Let's give practical solutions now. We've talked about what the toxicity look like and all that. Now we want to move on to the solution. Our time is fast spent now. How do we fix this? On the side of the teachers, how can we fix this? How can we make the environment welcoming? And on the aspect of the learners, why I'll do that for the parents of the parents. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. We said a lot. I would like to speak on respecting boundaries. Every relationship should have boundaries. Yes, I'm your teacher. Yes, you are my student. Yes, you are the parent of my student. Any relationship without boundaries will cause a lot of problem. So we
That's
should
it.
understand, parents should understand the teacher's role and their limitation. The teacher's role is to correct your child when your child
Yes.
is doing something wrong in school. Anything that happens in your house is your own, is in your own
Yes.
jurisdiction. So when parents understand that your child is in school and if your child is manifesting any negative attitude and character, it is the role of that teacher to correct that child. And I
Yes.
encourage teachers to correct. Don't be afraid. Correct. And when you know that you are correcting them, not correcting them in anger, but correcting them in love, they will take correction. Correcting them in love. And also constructive communication. How do we, as parents, how do we communicate to our teachers, even teachers? How do you speak to your students?
Yes.
How do you speak to them? Do you speak to them because, oh, you're older than them? Do you speak to them in a condescending manner? Speak to your students with respect. They are human
Yes.
beings.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, somebody made this statement. It's my colleague, he's a sociologist. He teaches sociology. He said, every human being wants to be admired or recognized. Someone made that statement just this week. Somebody made that statement. Every human being, whether young or old or middle age. Children too, you know when you a child is crying, you're pampering the child. So sorry, I'll buy you this. The child will stop
Mm-hmm.
crying most times. Every
Yeah.
human being wants to be recognized, wants to be
Yeah.
respected. So even as a teacher, we need to also respect the students as we
Yes.
expect them to respect us. We have to
Mm-hmm.
respect them too. And
Yes.
this will breed a positive relationship that when you walk into a class, the student will smile at you, they will
Yeah.
greet you, and you also you smile. And if you come to class late, apologize, I'm sorry, I'm 5 minutes
Mm.
late.
Yes.
Apologize, I'm 5 minutes late,
You
I'm
talk to them
sorry.
like you're
The
talking
class
to
of
your
1
mates.
o'clock
Yes.
and you are coming to class 1:10.
Yes.
They are noticing. But when you
Yeah.
apologize and they know that you don't beat every time, they will relax. But you're always coming late to class. So let's have this boundary. Let's also respect boundary. Let's communicate constructively, and also parents should support teachers. When teachers have made a rule in class and you come back home and your child tells you, see what my teacher said though, you will say, no, how can you say that? Support the teacher. Because
Yes.
if he's the one in the class or she's one in class and she knows sometimes these children may be like angels at home. But when they now
Mm-hmm.
come in the midst
Yes.
of their classmates, they
Start acting
they open up.
unreal.
So when a
Yes.
rule has been given, don't do this, don't bring this to school. Support the teachers, support what we are the rules we are laying down in the classroom, and in a
Yes.
wider perspective, support the rules that the schools, your child schools, the leaders have laid down. So when we have this effective communication, this partnership, just like Mrs. Chinaza said, the problem is not me, it's not you, it's not the parent, not the teacher, it's the breakdown of what? Partnership. So if we really partner with each other, the school will be safe for everybody. A parent can
Mm-hmm.
come in into the school environment smiling, not coming to fight, not
That's
coming to
it
fight
all.
the teacher. There was an incident that happened. My son told me something. I wasn't happy about it, what the teacher did. But I didn't go to school because most sometimes I pick them up. Like maybe some while ago, I was going maybe once in a week or twice to pick them up from school. So when he told me that, I wasn't happy what the teacher did. But you know, when I got there, I didn't go and start. I saw the teacher. I did not even
Shouting.
talk to him. I
Yeah.
didn't confront the teacher. I'm also a teacher. What did I do? I just
Yeah.
went to the school head and said, this and this is what happened. So you don't come to school and be fighting teachers. It is so
Yeah.
unprofessional. Yeah, it's wrong. So
Yeah.
how will your child even respect that teacher? So everything we should build this collaboration. We should build the partnership, because when the partnership is there, this issue of toxicity in the school will no longer be there. Everybody will conform. Any rules, everybody will conform. And because there's effective communication as a parent, whenever you have an alternative or you don't agree with what the school is saying, because we have built this partnership, we have built communication, it will be easy for you to communicate your misgiving, and everybody will understand and there'll be no problem. So teachers, parents, students, everything will go well and learning will take place.
Yes.
And learning will take place when all these things are put in place. Learning will eventually definitely take place in the classroom, and every stakeholder will be happy. Because why are we in school? Why did we create school? Why are school built? We want to create, we want to groom, we want to build the next generation of positive influencers that will make the country better, and better for everyone, even better for the unborn generation many years to come if Christ tarries. Thank you, Mrs. Chinaza.
All right. You've covered all three. You've covered all three. Thank you so much. You've talked about the learners, you've talked about the
You're
teachers,
welcome.
and you've also touched on the aspect of the parents too, respecting teachers, whether publicly or privately. We should also teach discipline and values at home, just like you said,
Yeah.
partner with the school because we're in this partnership together. You know, we should not.
Yes.
There's no competition between parents and teachers.
Mm,
Some parents can compete, but it will be well.
definitely.
This
Nobody's
this teacher
competing.
is using
Ah,
iPhone. How
it's
come?
a partnership.
iPhone, I'm using Samsung
It's a
with how much
collaboration.
salary? Yeah. So it's not a competition. It's partnership.
Not a
You
competition
should also
anymore.
listen, just like she said. She said she didn't react. We should also listen before reacting. Sometimes as parents, we'll not go and embarrass ourselves. So I like myself. Sometimes my children will be like, Mommy, didn't you hear what I told you? I said, I've heard. They're expecting me to react or come to school. I've already told them I'm not the type of parent that will come to
Yeah.
school because I also want the best for her. If I'm fighting like that, coming to school, at every slightest thing I hear, I'm also causing havoc to my own children. So parents should have
Yeah.
that thick skin. Do your homework properly before coming out to react. Sometimes when you listen properly, you know that it is not a matter of reacting. I'm not saying that when we hear
Mm-hmm.
things that we need to come to school, we should not even come and shake the school. For God's sake, there are a lot of things that can even make us to come and shake the school so that everybody will sit
But
up.
doing it the
But we
right
make
way
sure,
is a
yes, do it the right
necessity.
thing and listen before we react. Thank you so much. All right, everything on focuses on building a healthy school culture, right? We need to build a healthy
Yeah.
school culture at the end of the day because a healthy school
Yes.
environment is built on mutual respect. Everything we've been saying
Mm-hmm.
since, it has to
Yeah.
be built on mutual respect, a clear communication, shared responsibility. Everybody have their role to play. Every time we have this section, we always talk about it. There's no day we come on education views and opinions that we don't talk about school, teacher, learner, every parent, everybody has a responsibility. Nobody will do your job for you.
Yes.
Nobody will do. I cannot leave my own classroom,
Nobody.
say, let me come and sleep in your house because I want that child to be better. I can't do that. You are the one with the
Nobody.
child. I am the one with the child in class. You are the one with the child at home. So it is a shared responsibility. Consistency between the home and school. I am pushing from the
Mm-hmm.
school, you are pushing from the house.
Yes. Yeah.
Mommy, my teacher did this. What did you do?
Do.
What did you do? You see, then they'll be looking. Children can lie. I'm so sorry to say. Children can lie.
Yes.
You. I have children at
Partnership.
home. Children can lie because they want to
Partnership.
escape. That's their way of escape. A scenario happened. I'm so sorry. We are running out late, but this is very important. The students, it was time for exam. Where is your book? Why are you not reading? Randomly, the child just called the teacher's name in the school. Say this particular teacher took my book. Do you know that that teacher does not even teach that child? That is even one. And when they called
Seriously.
the teacher said, "Who did you give your book? You said you gave it to me." He said, "I don't even know where." Imagine. So
Save
you
Allah.
see, yeah, that's why I said we should
Well,
listen before we react. Let's be careful. Let's be careful. Consistency from the home to the school. If you look at children, like there's a particular child in SS that did not write math exam, and the people from the house they've not called to know why, and result has been sent now, and you are enabling that child. And from my investigation, they said this is not the first time. I said, okay, so what are we talking about? If the home front is not pushing, the
hmm.
people from the home front they are not pushing, how can we make that child a better child? The teacher is just in
Child.
class, water in the basket, and the child knows that there's a particular parent that was telling the child, education is scam. When you finish, I will open shop for you. They say that child does
Hmm.
not do well in class. This is not a gainsay. This is the reality. So if you don't push from the house, there's little or nothing the teacher can do at their own end. Please, we should align.
Hmm.
When adults align, the children will thrive. And who are the adults?
Yeah.
The teacher and the parents. This is my closing message. I don't know if you have something to add before I close up. I have a closing
This
message
is
and a
not,
call to action. So I don't know if you
there's
have
so
something
much.
to add.
There's so much. There's so much. A lot has been said. But the final summary is just partnership. Once partnership is in place, there's no how toxicity will build up in the school. Like said, the parents are pushing from their own side, the
Mm,
school, the teachers are also doing their own side. There's no child that has every 360-degree guidance.
mm. Like camera.
If the probability of that child going astray is very
Like
low.
that's
The
it.
probability is very, very
Very
low.
low.
So, in a closing remark, I would like to encourage teachers to make the classroom safer. Let's be intentional in what we are doing. And for parents, let's not just jump into conclusion. If you have an issue, maybe your child told you something, please don't go and start confronting the teacher. It's so unprofessional. Please channel your grievances to the school leaders. And school leaders, protect your teachers. Protect your teachers. That's all for
Mm.
me today.
Thank you so much. I really love that. I really love that. She has said everything I wanted to say. For my first, I'll always end with the first entering starter or the starter. For this program, I said toxicity is inevitable,
Yeah.
but it can be prevented. When teachers
Offenses
feel
will
supported,
always come.
that's it. Even in the house, between siblings. When teachers feel supported, when parents stay involved, and when learners are guided with love and discipline, what happens? The school
Mhm.
becomes safe. And when the
Yeah.
school is safe, it becomes a powerful place for growth for the children. Now, this is my call to action as we take a close for this program. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. I know you
Thank
will still come
you.
across this video. I
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
you. I have a call to action to everyone. Please, immediately you watch this video, if you're a parent, you're a teacher, or you're an educator, I want to hear from you. We all want to hear from you. The
Yes.
team of education views and opinions, we really want to hear from. This is a very powerful conversation. What do you think? I want you to contribute. What do you think contributes more to school toxicity? I know we've said a lot, but some people will be like, hey, you people have not said this particular one. Oh, I know there are a lot
Please
of
say
it.
it. Yes.
I
Comment.
want you to,
Yes.
what do you think contributes to school toxicity and what solutions have worked for you? What do you think have worked? Oh, I've stayed in a school environment where everywhere is toxic, but this is what I did. This is what worked for me. You might be helping someone. Let's talk. Let's converse more in this community. Thank you so much. We want to learn from each other in the comment section. Please put your comments, like, and also share this video. Let it go round.
Yes.
Please.
Please. And
Thank you
support
so
the
much.
channel.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, Mrs. Tukula. It's a privilege, it's a delight and a pleasure to hold this conversation with you today. Thank
Yeah,
you.
as
Thank you,
always, as
everyone.
always. Thank you so much. All right,
Thank
take
you.
care.
So see you in our next edition.
Okay.
Au revoir.
Bye. Bye for now.
Segobe. Au
Yeah.
revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.